Are we live? Yeah, I think we're live. I feel like my mic is getting it's not as loud as it should be. Like it used to be really loud and now it's not. I don't know. Okay. We're back. Yeah, of course. I've got some liver, some beef and butter, and I've got 6 oysters to shuck. So yeah, pretty good. I'm only gonna stream for 2 hours because I'm kind of eepy, and yeah, I want to try to get to bed. I was up pretty late last night, so I don't want to do that too much. Yeah, well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the likes and the views and the comments. I released my iris video today. The consensus seems to be there was at least some change. So I guess I'm not crazy. Crazy? I'm not crazy. Yeah, the Better Call Saul meme. That's so funny. It's classic, even. Yeah, I'm tired right now. I'm tired today. I don't have any milk. That's a weirdo. Yeah, I think I want to get some milk. Hold on. We had to pull out the milk jug. I wonder do I have any thumbnails to make? Let me check. I got quite a few videos recorded. Oh yeah, so what was wanting the Randall cycle video. I might do that one next. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hot diggity dog. That's like a whole month's worth of content. I'm gonna milk that because I'm gonna run out of ideas. I'm gonna run out of ideas. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just stop making videos. Just stop making videos. I don't care. I've got the milk jar now too as part of this meal. So we're gonna milk it up later. Definitely to wash down the butter and the liver. I don't like that. I had a bunch of cream with a grapefruit today. It was very delicious. Grapefruit was very satisfying. I may even eat another one later, but I don't know. That's too much fruit. It might be too much fruit, you know what I mean? Even if I eat it with a lot of fat. I think it's kind of making me tired, the cream. Because I haven't had a good amount of cream in a minute. You know, and it was some fresh cream, fresh raw cream, dairy cream, of course, A2. And, you know, I've got a bunch of sour cream, but I like to keep the sour cream for when I do sour cream. Sour cream and onion is a good flavor combination. It's sort of classic. It's not something I do often, but I used to do it. Tea chili. I remember you. I think. Gino from puberty. Yeah. You just do the baths and eat the diet. It's probably some lymphatic congestion, to be honest. Although I don't know if males have the same amount of lymph nodes in their chest area like women do. But I suppose it's possible. I don't know, just Google it, you know? Yeah, definitely don't take testosterone. That's not good. If you're a young guy, all you need to do for testosterone is to like be active and eat good. So, you know, yeah, I think it can be. really saw anybody with gyno, when I was a kid. I read a study that linked gyno to being on the, to liking the same sex. Like if you had gyno, you were like 50% more to, be gay. I don't really remember the study in like detail, but that was the abstract at least. So interesting. Yeah, I see a lot of people playing about gyno nowadays, and yeah, like I said, it wasn't a thing when I was a kid, so that's weird. It's weird how stuff just gets like worse, kind of changes. I mean, I wasn't saying there's anything wrong with it. I just was, saying. Frankie's eggs, I mean, they're probably okay, but getting eggs shipped sucks because you're always going to lose a few. So, make sure you find a local source of eggs because, like, yeah, if you ship eggs, it's expensive, number one. Number two, they all break. Not all of them, but, like, you'll lose at least a couple. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of ordering eggs. That's not true. Rotten eggs taste bad. And they don't ferment. Eggs stay fresh for like 4 months. There's no fermenting eggs in a month, especially if they're shipped. That's wrong. It's pretty easy to find local eggs. You just have to ask around, and you can find decent quality. Yeah, rotten eggs are the worst, llama boy. I've only had them accidentally, slonking them when they're already rotten in the shell and I didn't know. And yeah, it just makes you want to throw up, dude. It's terrible. So no thanks. Yeah, I've never been to Brazil. Not exactly high up on the list of traveling. I'd like to go to Japan. Japan's kind of where I'd like to go. So I got my sights set on Japan. Yeah, I don't know about that. I've never been to Brazil, so. Don't know. Fruit cows, that sounds interesting, but not worth the trip to Brazil. Interesting, you know what I'm saying? Hmm. Oh, study abroad. Yeah, there you go. If it's gonna cost you nothing, you might as well, man. Go for it. I really like bossa nova music. That would be more of a draw to Brazil for me than anything else, honestly. So, you know, fruit cow. He could try llama boy. Could try fruit cow. Okay, I need to lock in and eat, so I'm not eating at 11 o'clock again. Um, People say New Year to me, I'm gonna stop shoving these freaking donuts in my mouth. I'm gonna exercise every day. Do they do it? No, because they don't have discipline. That's what continued. That's what being ingrained in you, cadets. You may think it's okay. Plump squash is cooking. No, let them cook. Let them cook. Let's let plump squash cook. All over the world? I don't know. I think that's cat. I don't think anyone in here has tried fruit cow except you, bud. Useless to have you wear your pins correctly, cadets. New Year, new me? No. I find that the more I eat raw meat, the more I adapt to raw meat, and the more I can rely on raw meat. I always want raw meat. Sometimes it's a little hard to go from crap to purity right now. Access is hard. Yeah, I get it. That's a valid statement. Just gotta do the best you can do. No. It's not a perfect world when it comes to that. Yeah. I don't know if raw milk is legal in Brazil. It can't be any harder to get than in Canada. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's what Google translates for. Yeah, we're trying to build one, you know. Um, the language barrier kind of makes it hard. It'd also be kind of hard to have a bunch of different people from a bunch of different countries, you know. It's like if you had groups for different regions, that'd be chill. Um, yeah, I don't really think that bigger communities would be good for advice, honestly, because if it would to be a lot of people, they would probably not have experience doing the diet for a long time. Because there's a number of people who continued with the diet. It's not large by any means, so there's only so many of those people. And if you were to have bigger communities, that means so it would take years to develop, 5 years. But even then, most most people aren't going to stick with the diet long term. A boarding school speech. Good for you. That's pretty intense. Wake up without a stuffy nose. Well, I usually have to blow my nose a bit in the morning. Thanks, Plum Squad, yeah. And, it's usually my right nostril that's kind of gunked up. But I'm not stuffy. I mean, I breathe through my nose, you know what I mean? I wear my Revive at night, and that keeps my mouth pretty. Although this isn't keeping my mouth shut like it should be. I might need to start taping my mouth too. But I like how it makes my bite feel. So, yeah, okay. Let's eat. These are my chopsticks. I got this like little character on them. I don't know who it is. These are like kid chopsticks. They were $1. Fresh air is always a good thing. And you can put a little butter up your nose. Get a humidifier. All that stuff can help. Hi. This is my food. It's already in my mouth. You're not getting it. You crazy dog. You would eat that out of my mouth if you could. I'm sure you would. Some call me Chris. That's not my government name, though. That's the Revive. I'm not going to put it in my mouth, obviously, because I've got food, but you wear it like this. That's the tongue tab, so that's the top. It's not so much for sleeping, but it's to help realign your your jaw and stuff. It's a little looks maxing I do. No, I'm just saying it's not my government name. It's just a nickname. It's not Christopher. Chris is the nickname. It's Christian, actually. I did travel a lot, yeah. Lived in Nepal, taught English in Taiwan, been to Thailand, been to Hong Kong, been to Canada, been to Italy, been to New Zealand. 8 ounces of milk with 80 yogurts. Put some honey in there. Average sounds fire. What's the average? It'll just help with digestion and make it taste real yummy. That's why. Some liver. Not super excited about that. I don't really even know. I don't really think it works that good for me. Maybe like a day, 2 days. Uh-oh. You got some big balls, buddy. Who the feet? Okay, you gonna lay down? Okay. Hi. Slowly, I think it might. That's one of the reasons I have a revive, is to help the overbite. So, we will see. It's gonna take, realistically a couple years, though. Hi. First half of the day, I'd say. Yeah. It depends. It depends on you, really. Nasty Nature's simplification of the quality. Nasty Nature. That'd be a good, rapper name. Nasty Nature. Yag. Yeah. It's 3 likes, 5 years. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so let's keep numbing this down. Oh my gosh. Oh. You eat it all down, I don't care anymore. There you go. YOLO. Yeah, I feel that. I forgot to put my liver in the fridge one night, and I came back the next morning, and I'm like, ah, I left it out. God damn it. I mean, gosh darn it. And yeah, that was a bummer. Career-wise, um, yeah, I knew a lot of people when I was traveling who would just travel and work on farms and stuff. And if you're gonna stay in a place for a month or two, you can go work at a hostel, get free, you know, accommodation, and then you can do like local tours and bar hops and stuff. It's a good way to meet girls, meet people. So that'd be something I would do if I was young again. Um, you got to be kind of a outgoing person for that, but um, yeah, when you travel and you meet a lot of people who work at hostels, you'll find that they're travelers as well. So working on farms, saving up money, go somewhere else. Yeah, it would be good. I think a lot of places require street smarts and popularity right now, career-wise. The unspoken requirements. I'd say it's less about street smarts, because a lot of places, especially if you're looking at like corporate America, it's more like you have to go through 2 interviews, and you have to fill out all these questionnaires that assess your psychology. And if you were like too individualistic, they're not going to give you the job based on psychology profiles. And yeah, popularity, having a network is like who you know is really important. So yeah, but yeah, definitely go travel. You can do it for really cheap. Um, it's pretty easy to get worker visas in Australia and New Zealand. A lot of people do that. You can travel and work on farms in Europe, even places in Asia. Like I knew a guy, he owns a manufacturing company now. He went to Taiwan and he worked on rice fields. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Even just like when I was in Nepal, I would meet people and they would invite me. I'd get so many invitations to like go work on people's farms and stay with them and stuff. But I kind of had an itinerary, so you know it's yeah, a lot of opportunities out there. You just get out there and know people and talk to people and disagree with RJ, or it's pretty hard to find a job. I mean, there really aren't a lot of jobs. There's a lot of types of jobs, but it's really hard to find a job right now, according to the data. Um, Very competitive. So, yeah. I mean, I've even seen in Canada in some cities, like, Canadians aren't getting hired because they don't speak, like, whatever Indian dialect to work at McDonald's or Timmy's or, whatever. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely get your diploma first. If you're getting it for free, you don't have to worry about anything, and then travel. Yeah, you got plenty of time to do that. Saving up, yep. Yeah, you got it. You'll be able to go anywhere. Even with your diploma, here's something you could do. You could go teach English. You could go teach English somewhere if you're white and you have a degree. You could go teach English somewhere. Free accommodation. And sometimes they might pay for your flight or they'll reimburse your flight once you settle in. So, Japan, Taiwan are pretty good places. You're not going to make a lot of money in Japan, but if you want to experience Japan, that'd be pretty good. Um, the Yeah, Southeast Asia is meh. There's Thailand, but meh. I'd probably go to Taiwan or Japan. I wouldn't go to South Korea. The video you made combining pineapple with fat helped me. I combine the kidney fat with pineapple, a tiny bit of honey every week, as you don't have butter. That did help someone, just so you know. Awesome, thank you. But also, I can do another 2 years after to get my degree. There's a good chance that my scholarship will continue to pay for it. Oh, I see. So you're getting like an associate's degree, and then you're getting like a bachelor's degree. Or are you getting a bachelor's and then a master's? It might be worth investigating if you can take a gap year or take a semester off even. I mean, even if you just take a semester off to travel, if you go somewhere like Asia, you can go to a couple Asian countries, you can definitely do it for like $2,000, $3,000 if you if you get a good deal on tickets, you know? So, something to consider. It's always good to travel and see places because, like, people always used to tell me, oh, do it while you're young. And now I'm like old and yeah. So death. Take advantage of that. Because the other thing too is you meet a lot of people from different countries, so you can find a friend, like a good friend, and they'll be like, "Hey, come visit me, so and so," and you won't have to pay to stay anywhere. You could even meet, a nice girl out there. So you never know. Marketing, well, wouldn't you be able to change your major? Because the associate's degree is all your prerequisites. So I think it's probably similar in Canada. They have an arts and a sciences tract, so maybe if you switch to sciences, you might have to take, a couple more math or science courses. But then you could broaden your range of degrees. Marketing is, yeah, it's not great. STEM is obviously the good choice, but you could do like data analytics or cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is pretty easy. You can switch to something that's like remote heavy. So that way, if you want to travel more, you can get a job, travel remote, do that. So, or like I said, just get a degree, think about it, and then go travel, teach English. And if you find yourself in different countries, you could always also develop other skills and things and try new things, network, meet people, do all kinds of stuff. Long term, I didn't even want to use my degree much anyway. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it's just kind of like a backup plan. Yeah. Southern. Yeah, no, I do my head. I'm not gonna touch the floor, but it gets really close. So I wouldn't go. I don't like South America. I haven't been there, but I don't like it. I wouldn't settle there full time. Hi, you so cute, you sleepy man. You're just a big sleepy goose. You're so sleepy goose. You big sleepy goose. Hi. Big lips. You're a big boy. Hi. You're gonna sit on my blanket, huh? Don't break it. Alright. The wool blanket is very delicate, and I don't want you to. There we go. Two gubs. Look at the two gubs. Look at them. Hi. Aw. So cute. You're so cute. Hi, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Hi. Aw. Can you guys see this? This is some. Check this out. Look at him. Look at him. See, look at him. How cute. Look at that. Look at those faces. You guys are so cute. Yeah, I can also do I used to be able to do handstand push-ups on like 3 fingers. I can still stand there with 3 fingers, but I can't do the push-ups right now. I got to train that up more, but my tendons are still pretty strong. 42 degrees north is pretty good. Lately, in terms of exercise, I've just been doing push-ups on a decline, so I can build up my chest more, because my chest, as big as it is actually not as strong as my shoulders and my lats and stuff, my biceps. So I'm trying to build up my chest. You look in the ears. You look in the ears. They're so cute. I'm saying that's crazy because it's good. 42 degrees north is a good latitude. It's like just below 45, which is good for survival. Are my bones more dense? I don't know. When I used to fight and do a lot of sparring, people always complained about sparring with me because I had really hard bones. I was very skinny and bony, so I guess my bones have always been kind of dense. Um, they feel more dense. I don't really know that, but I've always been very bony and hard, especially like my shins and my knuckles. You know, when I would punch people, they said it was like getting hit by rocks. That really hurt. And I wasn't even trying to like punch hard, but it's just my hands were so hard. And that was from doing push-ups on concrete, knuckle push-ups on concrete, and punching the ground, and just punching stuff with my knuckles, like just going up to a brick wall or wood, a tree, and just tapping, just not really too hard, but just tapping a lot, just to make the microfractures and get the fist real hard. So when I hit somebody in the face, I would break their face. That's kind of the goal there, and not break my hand. Or like punching somebody in the ribs, you crack ribs, stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah. I do the handstands against a wall because you can get a full vertical. So doing freestand handstands, generally it's a movement that's like supported by this part of the body and the lats. But by doing a full vertical handstand, you're engaging your full body weight on your arms and shoulders, but you're also like increasing the tension for stability, and it's also good for the core as well. So there's a core aspect too. And I do things like I move my legs. If my legs are up and I stretch them out like almost straddle split, and I let them sit there, and my hips, the legs kind of like fall down, and it stretches. And just doing different stuff with the legs to help the core, build the core up. We get creative with it. Punch the lunch table at school. Yeah, in school we played a game called Bloody Knuckles. I knew this kid from Indiana. He was pretty crazy, and he moved to our school, in 7th grade, and he was like, "Let's play Bloody Knuckles." I'm like, "What's that?" And he's like, "You just like punch each other." Oh, my computer glitched out. You just like punch each other's fists really hard until someone gives up. So we used to play that a lot as kids. Yeah, a lot of crazy games like, you know, um, yeah, yep, memories. Slap box. Oh, slap boxing, yeah. We never could do that because the teachers thought it was too much like fighting, but the Bloody Knuckles was a little more discreet, and it usually ended pretty fast. Slap boxing could go on for a while. It's just like it says, it's boxing but with slaps. So you're not using fists, you're just open handing. That's all. Not sweetie. Yeah, she's sniffing the beefies. I might give you guys some liver. I'll probably give you some liver. I don't know that I could eat all this. I don't really like it. It's kind of old. Yeppards. Yeah, I think it's like a Midwest East Coast thing. Definitely an American thing, for sure. Oh, you yawning? It's too cute. You got two gubs with me. Cream with liver and water and make ice cream out of it. Ew, no. Liver ice cream. That sounds disgusting. I saw one company try to market that, like, yeah, liver ice cream. I'm like, ew, that's disgusting. I mean, I drink an organ shake, but I don't drink that because it's enjoyable. You know, liver ice cream is an affront to the idea of an ice cream. That meant special ed. Didn't even know SPED. Yes, SPED is a shortened abbreviation for special education. You would say SPED classes or oh he's SPED, and it's an insult. It's another way to say someone's dumb or like mentally handicapped. Um, you also wouldn't want to blend cream with water. That would not make good ice cream. You never add water to ice cream. You would just blend the cream, the eggs, something sweet, and the liver. That would make the ice cream. But no, I wouldn't do that. No, thank you. No, thank you. I know, like, again, I know that's coming from the guy who does the organ shake, but, you know, like I said, there's reasons for that. That's a reason. It's not, you eat ice cream because it's tasty. And the organ shake's easy to drink. The ice cream takes time to eat. Kind of defeats the purpose, so. I don't get too much sun either right now. Yeah, I wouldn't make the liver shake with water. I'd use milk. Milk, eggs, honey. Um, yeah, it's not too bad. You just gotta get it down fast. The soul of a female. Interesting. I have sun, but there's snow and it's cold. It's not enjoyable to go outside. Yeah, if you've got some nice big windows and you got like sun facing windows, you can lay there in the sun. That's pretty nice. You're warm. You're just a big warm man. My two gubs on the couch. You're so cute. A future uninjected wife. I have no idea, man. Travel, I guess. Travel to rural places where they don't really do that or believe in it. That's the best advice I got for you, honestly. I know it's pretty obvious and not very good, but that's it, man. That's it. That's all I got for you. Yeah. I used to be able to just eat liver. I used to be able to just eat it. I never had a problem, but I guess I just don't need it as much as I used to. You know, my body really craved the nutrients. I was really missing the nutrients, and it was always really easy. They def do in Brazil. And yeah, I hear you on the checklist. Got to be similar. Nice, man. Yeah, it's been pretty cloudy today. So, I mean, you still get 50% of the sun through the clouds. So, you're still getting some of the sun, but it's definitely not as much. For show. I'm in Ohio. So, it's bad. Between just the normal climate that's cloudy and the spraying. Only in Ohio. Yep. Oh, yeah? That's crazy. That's Michigan, yeah. But it's not too close. It's about a 3.5, 4 hour drive to Windsor. Hi. You're so sweet and warm. You're just a couple of sweet gubs. Look at you. Yeah. The dog's on stream. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Hi. Big sweetie. You're so cute. Yes, hi. You smell a liver? Yeah, I'll give you some. You guys get some liver. I'm not going to eat it all. That was a bigger piece than I would have liked to eat. I don't really have an appetite for it. You guys are going to get it all. Yep. Not yet, though. No, I'm not. I'm not in the north. I'm in the south, the deep south. I'm in the hills. It's interesting, in northern Ohio, all the places that's flat now used to be like the largest swamp in the country. Yeah, that's how I meat, you know. It's gonna be even better. All right. I need to crack at some oysters. That's the problem. Wish Bill was here for that. Oops. It's really all the salt water you need, or salt you need, is the oysters. Organic chicken feed. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I get sometimes I get eggs from non-GMO corn and soy. It's all right. It's not the best, but it's all right. It's manageable, sufficient. It's not the end of the world. It should be in stock on primaldiet.net soon. They just printed another edition, so yeah, it's like $40 on primaldiet.net. You just gotta wait. They're restocking them, so you just have to be patient. And you can always get a PDF. You know, they're free basically. So You're just an introvert. That's okay, RJ. Sports are kind of hit or miss because if you don't have a good team, the sport isn't fun. Which is why I always liked doing karate, because it's not a team sport. You know, you're training to fight. It's one fight. It's just you and the other guy. You know. I recently purchased the 2005 recipe book on eBay. The physical one, yeah. Yeah, just wait. They'll be on sale on primaldiet.net for $40. I think the We Want to Live is $40, and the recipe book is like, I don't know, 30. But you might pay more on eBay. So there might be some sellers that have it for a good price, but I don't know. Is my chat box up? Yeah, okay, it's up. I thought so. I wish my parents knew about this when I was born. Yep. No, he's not right. Sports are just for fun, man. Sports are fun. It doesn't have anything to do with hunting. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I get that. All cultures have sports. Everybody has sports. It's not just hunting animals. I think it's boring. Especially when you have technology and you're good at it. Or you actually ascend and you can raise your own animals. You don't have to hunt them, which is much better. So impacted your development as well in the womb and as seed. So big man is snoring. Firearm safety training, nice. Soccer is actually not a very modern sport. It's been around for a long time, bud, so. Let's see. Yeah, there's an ancient history for ball games in China, Greece, in Mesoamerica. So, yeah, all the way back to the like 2nd century BC. Yeah. Yeah, dude, people played games and sports for fun for thousands of years. It's not a modern invention. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you got to know how to use a firearm. It's important. I live in an open carry state, so I get to carry a gun where I want. All right. Yeah. The bread and circus. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all the founding fathers were like under 24 years old. So, oh, Bailey, yeah, she's funny. She's a good kid. She's a good egg. Oh, thanks, Plum Squash. Yeah, you have a great day. Happy New Year. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. 5 likes, 8 viewers. That's great, guys. Thank you. Keep it up. Average view duration is a little low, but aside. All right. Hold on. My dog, I gave the liver, and the dog was licking the bowl, and there was a hot pepper in there, and I was like, no, don't do that. You silly dog. Yeah. Full moon on a clear night. Nice, bro. Yeah, it's definitely easier when you're younger. Good luck. I might be a little too set in my ways, you know. It's too bad Bill isn't here for those burps. I'm not married, no. Green eyes are not great. I think if they're really green, it has to do with like yellow mixing with the blue, or it could be from like penicillin mold in the body, that fungus. So, yeah, gotta watch out for that. What else is up, chat? Full daylight. 720 likes. Interesting. Thanks for the numbers. It's always good to see the data. Looking at the data. eyes are noticeably more blue than the last time I looked closely. Nice. Nice. W's in the chat. W's for Llama Boy. Alright, so we got another half hour of streaming, I think. Oh, you guys came back. That's so cute. You just don't want the liver. You want to be comfy. Maybe they like the infrared light. They might like the infrared light. Makes sense. All they eat is raw milk, ground beef, eggs, and rotten liver, and a little honey. Yeah, and you're probably in a pretty clean environment too, you know. There's not a lot of pollution, so that really helps when you can get rid of that stuff. They don't really follow me. They're not my dogs. They just come down here, I think, because I have the food, and I'll give them treats. And they like to lay on the deer skin. That's warm. This infrared light's pretty nice, so they might like that. But yeah, no, they're not my dogs. So, but they're chill. I like them a lot. They're good dogs. My eyesight is fine. Do you think there's anything wrong with having 80% of my diet being raw border buffalo milk? You know, the meat's really what heals you faster, and you need to have the fats. So I'm not saying that's like bad, but you'd probably feel better if you ate more meat and fat than milk. Your diet should be about 30% milk. 20 to 25% milk, actually. I did not really... Well, okay, so let me say this. I had a lot of sensitivity to noise, and the tinnitus was a lot more unbearable. Now it's more tolerable. I still have tinnitus, so... Or tinnitus, sorry. But yeah, it's not fun. Okay, well, we'll forget that for now. Can't find good quality meat. I see. Hasn't the quest to solve tinnitus started your journey on this diet? No. I started this diet like 4 years before I had tinnitus. I'm going to go to bed soon too. I got tinnitus from a wood chipper. Just one day at a wood chipper. I did used to go to concerts, and I did play loud music, but I wore ear protection a few years into that. So after enough rock concerts and things, I started wearing more ear protection. And yeah, so it wasn't that, because I never had real tinnitus like I do now. So yeah, I'll clean them off. Good enough. Hi. You guys are so cute. I like that they come down and visit. It's nice. Ow, fuck. Shit. Oof. Got a little action here. A little bloody action. Gosh darn it. It's not deep, it's just... shit. I hate this shucker, honestly. It's dangerous. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, we need to get the hand out of the way here. Yeah, I am shucking oysters. The best raw meat YouTubers, all I know are the men ones. Personally, I'm not really interested in women's health. So, I don't know any. I mean, I guess Bailey's pretty cool. She's pretty real. I don't, she's not like a health content person, which is what a lot of people do. She just records herself eating raw meat with filters. I think that's pretty funny. And that's pretty cool. So, yeah. bad. Yeah, I cut myself, but not too bad. I was worried it was worse because I went through the oyster and I was like, oh no, did I stab myself? I just kind of was freaking out. Yeah, start a channel. Anvo, never heard of her. I ran out of eggs. Market didn't open. Better to get the butcher fat because avocados aren't going to be a good replacement for animal fat. Avocados are good to add to your diet as a good source of fats, but it's not like the butcher fat you need. The animal fat is what you need. That's where you get the benefits from. The avocado is more like a cleansing fat, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's weird. The blood looks really weird in infrared light. It looks like water. It's almost basically stopped bleeding. That's another thing on this diet I noticed is I bleed a lot slower. My blood's thicker. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know. Who is this Anvo? Anvo. Oh, Sky Shinobi. Yeah, she stopped posting. Probably because she had a detox and she gave up on the diet. That's generally what happens. Is people they'll do the diet and then they get a detox and they freak out and they stop. That or they get into something else. So I assume that's what happened here. So hope she's okay. But oh, it could be that. But that's just what I assume. Um, because a lot of people start the diet as a cool thing, as an edgy thing, and they will do the diet, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is great," and then they go through a detox, and they're like, I don't really know if I want to keep doing this diet." You know, that's just kind of what happens. So, you know, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that's very common with people. They do something else. You know, they decide to do another diet. They decide to quit the raw foods for a number of reasons. A lot of people don't make it past the 3rd or 5th year. That's usually like when people like will commit to it or not. And I mean, hey, no judgment. I'm just saying. It's just my observation. Oh, I mean, detox can be anything. Like, for instance, some of my detoxes have been like your whole body just feels like really gross and bad and weird, and you can't get comfortable, and like you feel like you have a fever, but you don't have a fever, and then there's times you do have a fever. My highest fever I ever recorded was 104.7, and that was an external temperature, so I was more like 105, 106 inside, and yeah, I had a massive headache. Like when I would walk, my head would pound, and all I could do was like lay down, and I couldn't really do anything. And I would vomit a little bit, but not too much. And I also had like one detox where it was like really bad bowel movements. Like I was going to the bathroom every 15 minutes. Um, for like 3 or 4 days, and I had massive fever, headache, a little bit of vomiting. I just like couldn't do anything, and it is just like getting sick. I mean, you're gonna get sick on this diet. There's not gonna be like, which is all it is. It's getting sick, a detox, whatever you want to call it. It happens when you don't do the diet too, but the cleansing happens on this diet. It can be pretty intense sometimes. So, yeah, you may be okay because you're not eating a lot of meat to rebuild cells. You're just doing a lot of the milk, but yeah, it could happen. I didn't have intense detoxes until, 2 years on the diet, 3 years on the diet. I get little colds and stuff, but nothing like really intense. Bill, what's up? You missed the slurping, Bill. Frozen liver never gave me detox. Frozen high meat never gave me detox. High meat in general never gave me detox. Wes stopped posting because of his family life. Yes, that's true. But Wes was on the diet for like 5 years at that point, He was one of the people who was not going to stop. So I'm not saying that's what happened to Sky, but, and maybe it's not what happened because she didn't delete her channel or anything, but yeah, stalkers and stuff too. The Natural Human Diet, Wes Rowe. He's been eating raw meat, I think, as long as me. He started around the same time, but he started doing live streams like right after he started. I think a year or two before I was doing content. He was big on YouTube live streams. Primal Shaw Redemption. We need a G-Cell to say to you, how can you be so obtuse? How can you be No, literally, how can you be so obtuse? Yeah, yeah, but the stalkers are an issue. I'm an attractive man and I have stalkers. I have a cyber stalker. It's crazy. I was talking to Brooke. She was dealing with a stalker issue, and I gave her tips. I told her what to do. She didn't even say thank you. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. It's some weirdo from France. He's got a whole smear campaign against me, and he emails colleagues and stuff on the Primal Diet Coaching website, new people, and Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's just a bunch of projection, basically, kind of like crazy people like that when they like are accusing people of stuff. It's usually just a mirror of them, So it is what it is. It's just the price that comes with being just being a cool guy, a cool popular guy. No tattoos for me either. I don't have tattoos, so my woman should not have tattoos either. Ideally, I don't know. I've never even seen West Rose's wife, so I couldn't even tell you. I need to stop this bleeding. How am I gonna do that? I'll just use this dirty rag. I'll just use this dirty rag I blow my nose in to stop the bleeding. Yeah, I'm bleeding kind of a lot, actually. Oops. Bleeding on the yoga mat. Where am I going to find my woman? I don't know. I don't really even think about that, honestly. Maybe I should, but I don't. Um, I do plan to do more traveling in the future. What happened to all the old women on the diet that were always there for Audrey's Q&As? Well, I know Kathy passed away. So, why smear regular people? We're not degenerate criminal politicians. Well, I'm not a regular person, obviously. Um, it just really stems from jealousy and just, I think, mental illness, like legitimate mental illness, narcissistic paranoia. This guy thinks I'm out to get him, for no reason. I mean, he says I did all this stuff to him when I didn't. It was really other people's opinions, and of course, he never talked about the times I tried to defend him and tell people not to say that. But yeah, some people are just really mentally ill and very online all the time. So I don't want a Slavic wife. I don't want a Slavic woman. I don't want to deal with that. Um, Traveling the world, I'd like to. I'd like to go to Japan. I'd like to go to Nepal again. Perhaps I'd like to go to Inner Mongolia, China, if I wouldn't get body snatched. And I suppose I'd definitely like to go back to Italy. And I'd like to see some more of Europe. I'd like to go to Georgia. I'd like to go to, I would go to India for fun. I think it would be fun to make content and go to India. I'd like to see more of the United States as well. And maybe like Argentina. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, Central Asia for sure, like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. Eastern Europe looks kind of boring to me, honestly. Nice. That sounds fun. The Last Beautiful Women. I don't know about that, man. I think Eastern Europe is overrated. I mean, women are women everywhere. Let's get it straight. And you can find beautiful women everywhere, but a lot of Eastern European girls seem too skinny to me. I think they're still dealing with the effects of famine from communism. Imagine if you found a pure, clean wife and the day before she had a child, she had a bull tacked at the PA, the Primal Asylum. I don't know. That's definitely something I would see before that would happen. So, Italian woman, I don't know. It's a little scary. I'm Italian myself, so it is. Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to find a taller woman. I want to increase my height genes, my breeding stock. So, yeah. Injections. In the south of Italy, they had the lowest rates of injections in 2021. Um, but yeah, in a lot of places in Europe, they were doing that. So I don't think you'll need to visit anyone that's coming here ever so rapidly. No, that's true, Bye. That's true. Um, yeah. A Swedish woman. Yeah, I don't know, man. I should go find out and do some research. I'll let you know. I also have darker features, the brown hair. Not for long. I'll have, green eyes soon. But yeah, they kind of like that. I've heard. The Balkans. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Not into having a Balkan wife, though, I don't think. Yeah, they are very rare. Even the Amish get some injections. It's just the way it is, man. It's just kind of taken over. What are you going to do? Yep, the Amish, yep. I've seen it in the ice houses. Amish guy was showing me his ice house, and he's like, these are our vaccines. He had vials of them on the ice there, keeping them cool. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Cool, bro, thanks. Yeah. So, yeah. Yippers. Yippers. So, we are going to stream another 9 minutes, guys. Another 9 minutes. We have 9 minutes. Because they do. I don't know, man. I don't ask them. They think it's a good idea, I guess. I don't know. A 7-foot aggro Swede woman with a unibrow that tosses G cells around the asylum like a ragdoll. That's funny. I'm gonna have to find some Russian front in the middle of nowhere from a 100 populated town with no medical facility. Yeah, maybe. Just, find a good girl and get her on the diet for a couple years before she has your baby. At least 2 years. The more the better, but yeah. Hi. Hi there, little dog. Well, you're not too little, but yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world out there. So, just 19. Wow. Yeah, I had like 48, so I'm cooked. Absolutely cooked. Of course, a lot of times now the minimum's like 72, I think, is the schedule, the recommended schedule. Some places you can get as many as like 120, 111. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's my roommate's dog. dogs, plural. I still got one here. They like this deer pelt a lot, and they it's they're animals. It's Pavlov's response. They smell the food, they come down, they beg, and of course I give them treats because they're good dogs, and so they just come and stay for the night, and then they go back upstairs. When I go to bed. So yeah, I used to eat a lot of honey when I first started, and I um, you know I don't anymore. I eat more than I used to. Like I went through a period of only eating like 2 tablespoons a day, maybe, and it was just in recipes I would make. And recently, I'm trying to eat more honey, so I'm trying to do like at least 4 tablespoons a day. Oh, I mean, it's fine. We have our routines and stay out of each other's way. It's not a big deal. Um, they kind of like it because I don't really use any of the stuff in the kitchen, so they don't really have to worry about scheduling time for the oven or the range. So yeah, I mean, eating as much as you desire, I don't think is that big a deal as long as it's good stuff. I mean, if you eat too much honey, it still is going to upset your mineral balance in your blood, which can lead to tooth decay and other problems. But um, if you're eating the honey to start, like you're trying to replenish your enzyme stores, which is I think what happened with me. It's not a big deal, you know. You'll lose the taste to eat a lot of honey. You'll start eating it, and you're like, you can eat it by the spoonful, and eventually you'll get sick of it. So yeah, don't count calories. Benefits of being fat are you feel better, and your detox is smoother, and you detox faster. It calms you down. Honey once a month? Wow, that's crazy. I can never do that. I gotta have honey every day. I got sauces, I got recipes, a milkshake, lube. Um, Even just drinking milk and honey. That's what I like to do. Milk and honey's classic. Yeah, I generally only eat lean meat because the fattier steaks are more expensive, and I don't like eating chuck roast. It just is too much for me. I used to eat it a lot. I used to eat chuck roast and pork shoulder for like 2 years straight every day. I'm okay. I'm okay on that. So I don't do that anymore, really. I just get the lean cuts. I eat the butter, and I have other fats. Lean meat for a cut. Because it's cheap. It's cheaper. I can get a Ive around for $9.50 a pound. You know. If I want a fattier steak, it's going to be $15 a pound at least. So that's why I do that. Sirloin tip roast has got more fat. It's like, I think $10 a pound, $10.99 a pound. Yeah, I get the lean meat. I eat the lean meats and then I eat butter for fat. So I mean, I'm getting fat. Mm. Yeah, that's the schedule and the watch that word though, by the way, the V word. Just say injections or V's. The mouth guard going just fine. I don't need to worry about calories if I'm consuming a cup of cream a day and, half a pound of butter a day, or, I'm getting plenty of calories and 8 eggs a day. And the PA, besides butter dunking machines, what other methods can be used to juice cells meat as fast as possible? Again, I'm on the vegetable juice. My teeth are moving quite fast. That's awesome. Fast as possible. Yeah, doing the vegetable juices. Getting fat is the cure for insanity. It's true. Well, no, I shouldn't say that's true. In 99% of cases, it's true, but I know a case where that's not true. No, I wouldn't buy ground meat at all. Lean ground meat, and here's the thing: lean ground beef is more expensive than fatty ground beef. Generally, 80/20 chuck is cheaper than ground sirloin. Ground beef is a mistake. It doesn't build the body as fast, and it's got more chemical contamination issues. You can chuck roast. It's good to pate. Chuck roast is okay to pate. I mean, that's how I ate it. I would pate it. Yeah, I don't eat ground meat either. I just eat the steak. I cut it. Why don't I drink blood? Because it's hard to get. It's hard to get good fresh blood. I'm not going to pay for frozen blood. That's stupid. And you can drink blood as soon as you start the diet, but I don't like the way it makes me feel, and drinking blood on its own gives me an upset stomach. So I drink it with milk, but even then I don't really like it. So I don't like drinking blood for those reasons. Because it's hard to find good blood anyway, and then it's just a pain to deal with, so I don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the effort. You can't do vegetable juices? That's too bad, man. You're missing out. You're missing out. I like a good vegetable juice. It's nice. It's refreshing. It feels good. It makes my body feel better. It really does. Oof. I don't know. I buy cheap cuts like sirloin roasts. I buy roasts. The roasts are good cuts because they're not processed as much and they're cheaper. So sirloin roast, eye round, rump roast, whatever. And, I buy 3 to 5 pounds of a roast a week, and then I'll buy some chicken, and that's what I eat. Yeah, I don't know. Blood doesn't make me feel euphoric. It makes me feel like on edge and not great. So, and it makes my stomach hurt. So, I don't like it. Yeah. Well water with honey. Um, it's better to put some eggs in there. Eggs, water, honey is good. And a little lemon would be fine. That would be better hydration solution. Yeah, you can't grind your own meat if you want. You grind it once, it's even better. So you pate it, whatever. What's up, Evan? How you doing? I've been eating some oysters and liver per your suggestion. The student becomes the master. I don't really notice too much of a difference yet, but the kicker is I left my big jar of liver out on the counter all night because I got some. I forgot to put it away in the fridge like an idiot, and then I woke up the next day and I was like, "What's this big jar? Oh no, I left my liver out." So the limit for organs, there's not really a limit, but it's recommended they're like only 20% of your meat intake because the organs aren't going to rebuild your whole body. So yeah, veggie juice does make you more balanced. It's true. Man, that cut was really small. Like really, I mean, it was long, but it was thin, and it like already healed up. This baller. Yeah. So the liver's kind of it's like not high meat, but it's getting there, which is crazy because I only left it out for like 8 hours. Oh well, whatever. Oh, it's almost done. So yeah. Anyway, 9:36, 10:36, 8 viewers, 8 likes. Wow, how about those numbers, guys? That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream, hanging out, asking your questions. I hope I'm answering your questions. Hey, did anybody see that video I posted? I just posted a video of my irises, a comparison from 4 years ago to today, 8 years. I didn't start taking pictures of my iris when I started the diet because I thought it was all hokum. And then 4 years in, I was like, yeah, maybe I should take my pictures. And now I've got like 8 years in, and I took pictures. And so yeah, I don't know. If you see changes, let me know. I kind of feel like I'm crazy. I look at that and I feel like I'm crazy. Like it's like, am I seeing changes or am I just crazy? I don't know. Yeah, organs help, but the muscle meat is really what rebuilds the body. So organs are a good supplement. I did not. I've had brown eyes my whole life. I've had brown eyes my whole life. I had brown eyes ever since I was a little baby. Primal lemonade this morning. Such an energy boost. Yeah. Yeah, there's a coffee substitute. It's very similar. It's like lemon, lime, apple cider vinegar, honey, and something else, and cream. And that's a coffee substitute to do. It's in the book. A weird question I've been thinking about lately. Healthier and better, less driven in career stuff into work, but Audrey always said he could work all day. What about you? Yeah, I mean, I work all day. I do things all day. It's the holiday time, so I was working on a house before Christmas, and that house was done, and there's pretty much like nothing to do until the start of the year now. But yeah, I mean, I would work all day at the house, and then I would come home and stream. Today, I woke up, I ate, and then I started studying. I was organizing stuff on my computer. I was organizing stuff in my room, cleaning up, throwing away trash, organizing my shelves, and doing some push-ups. Took the trash out and did some more studying. Did some meme coin trading. Wrote a few emails. And then I went to the store, and I came home. Got my dinner ready. Oh yeah, I uploaded that video earlier, made a thumbnail. looked at all the info stuff, the forums, whatever, and you know, then I did this. I'd feel fine. I mean, yeah, I can work all day. You know, you're gonna be tired for 1 to 3 years on the diet. It's pretty normal to be tired, so it's fine. Just rest. No, that's not true. Because green eyes are a transition. I mean, I actually have green in my eyes right now. I've had 3 people ask me why my eyes are 2 different colors. Why are they brown and green? So I do have green eyes. I think I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, lemon does demineralize. If you put lemon with enough fat, it's not a problem. Like if you are using a couple tablespoons of cream with your lemon and eggs, you're not gonna have too much demineralization. And it's also important that you keep up on eating shellfish and cheese and honey. So demineralizing only happens when you lose minerals. So if you replace those minerals with food, oysters, cheese, honey, then you're not going to lose the minerals. You're not going to demineralize. You understand? The thumbnail in the new video is perfect. Yeah, thank you. I will be right back. I guess I got some company. Okay. How many people did we lose? Oh, 2 people. That's okay. Very fluid blood like water. That's not good. Your blood should be thick. No, your blood should be thick. Yeah, I don't know, a vampire movie thing? I don't know. Augustus had thick blood, so... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel fine. How long have we been going? 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yes, I don't know. Got last call for questions? Hanging out? What's up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, he did. He talks about it. You can look it up. Especially when they were doing like blood tests on him. He had to have blood work done for something. He's like, yeah, I have thick blood. They were complaining about my thick blood. I don't know. Hi. You got a little sock there, huh? It's a good dog. So, yeah, I don't think thick blood is bad. The lemon demineralizes because it zaps fat. So it's hard on the teeth and the body, the bones. Yeah, it's mostly the teeth you got to worry about. But that's just what lemon does. It just zaps fat. It's like a magnet for fat and minerals. So yeah. You itchy? Yeah. So I don't know, guys. What's up? Highest quality. Wouldn't you drink tons of blood and eat tons of liver? Nope, I wouldn't. No, minerals don't mean rocks. Minerals are the things inside your body that it uses for functions. It's electrolytes. Access to the highest quality. No, I wouldn't drink tons of blood and eat tons of liver. No, that sounds disgusting. Because it sounds disgusting. It's not going to help you heal. It's not going to help you heal faster. I just don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. Eating lots of liver doesn't make me feel good. Eating lots of blood doesn't make me feel good. Because organs are not that great to eat. I don't like them. I mean, I used to, and I needed the nutrients, but they're just not palatable to eat. I don't like them. No. They come from food, too. There's minerals in food. Okay, good for you. Yeah, I don't. I get the opposite of organ highs. Okay, well, your logic's flawed because you need minerals to literally exist. So hair regrowth? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, great. I'm not really sure what you're saying about where minerals come from and how that really matters if you need them anyway. So it's just kind of a, doesn't really matter. Like if you eat a lot of lemon or fruit in general, it reduces the minerals in your body, which is bad. So yeah, that can happen. I don't really get that anymore. I haven't kept up, broski. Oh, your hair growth? I don't know, man. Yeah, that's tough. I don't really do that either. I don't really do much clay. Unless I'm having like, if I need it medicinally, I will, in some fashion. I will, but I don't. Topically, I do it. Clay mask on the face for the bath. It helps the skin a lot. If I have like abscesses or really gross acne, I put it on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, my hair is thinning. It's not, is that growth? I don't know what that means. It looks like I have less hair when I have less hair, obviously. But when my hair grows, it's not as bad. Okay, yeah, I mean, they get their minerals from, you know, things without hydrocarbon bonds. It doesn't matter. You still need them. You still need minerals. Minerals are not bad for you. You get the minerals from plants and animals. Yeah, that's what makes you healthy and your body work good. Gilbert syndrome. What is Gilbert's syndrome? Maybe you've asked this before. I've heard of. Oh, okay. Oh. It says it's a benign condition. Well, I mean, that's maybe why you crave liver and blood, because it helps support your liver. So keep eating that. Okay. I'm not sure what your point is, Sith. I mean, yeah, you're just stating a bunch of facts. I don't understand. Yeah, Gilbert syndrome. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, you said you like the blood and the liver. It's probably supporting your body in some way. Just make sure you're eating lots of red meat and, you know, getting lots of fats for your liver to help rebuild it. So, yeah. Just keep doing the diet, man. Your dark circles. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I have dark circles, but a lot of times it's when I don't sleep good. Or like when I stream too late and then I have to go to bed. So yeah. 9 viewers, 9 likes. That's nice. That's nice. That's good. That's good. 90 views. Solid. So yeah. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. I'll probably stream tomorrow a little bit. Happy New Year, everybody, if I don't see you tomorrow, and have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And if you haven't seen the new iris video, let me know what you think. Are my eyes really changing color? Am I just crazy? I'd appreciate some honest feedback. Have a good night.